Western Michigan and Northern Illinois squared off in a pivotal matchup in Week 11 in the Mid-American Conference West Division last Wednesday night. Jarvion Franklin had another 100-yard game rushing and scored a touchdown, while freshman quarterback Reese Goddard threw for 211 yards and 2 touchdowns and ran for another score. The Bronco defense came up with 3 turnovers, but Northern Illinois scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns and went on to win 35-31. I'm Robin Hook. Coming up, head coach Tim Lester joins me for all the highlights on Week 11 of Bronco Review after this timeout.
Bronco Review is a production of Western Michigan University Athletics and WMU Media Services and is brought to you in part by Greenleaf Trust, financial security from generation to generation. Trust is in their name for a reason. They've earned it.
We didn't just break the mold, we made it. And we spelled it L-I-T-E. Because when you invent light beer, you get to spell it however you want. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Part of being a member at Arbor Financial Credit Union is the relationships and personal attention you get from our helpful and knowledgeable staff. But we realize you don't always have time for that. With Arbor Financial's secure mobile app, you can quickly check your balance, pay a bill, deposit a check, or find an ATM. In between, well, everything else. Visit us online at arborfcu.org for more information. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
Are you considering home improvements? You should consider Blackberry.
Blackberry has completed several home improvement projects in our neighborhood, so when we were ready for 20 new replacement windows, we called Blackberry. They completed the project on time and their workmanship was outstanding. Our friends are amazed, and we love the transformation of our home both inside and out with our new windows from Blackberry Home Improvement Specialists.
Call today or go to blackberrysystems.com.
When I grow up, I'm gonna redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg with Maple Hill Auto Group. We know that car buying is a journey, not just a destination. We know that we need to be there each step of the way for you through parts, sales, service, through your entire ownership experience. At Maple Hill Auto Group, we look at every customer not as a single purchase, but rather as a start to a journey that we hope spans generations. Maple Hill Auto Group, for a journey like no other.
Play fake. Goddard will throw. It's caught. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Keyshawn Watson on a skinny post from Reese Goddard, who throws his first career touchdown, and the Broncos are a point away from tying this game.
Freshman signal caller Reese Goddard with his first career touchdown to Keyshawn Watson on a windy night in DeKalb, Illinois. The Broncos and the Northern Illinois Huskies, and there was a lot on the line in this game, Coach.
Yeah, it was a big game for us. You know, we had to stay in it, we had to win it on the road, which is a tough thing to do, and we hung in there. But you know, too little, too late. You know.
Reese Goddard with 211 yards passing. He threw 2 touchdown passes, and he put you in position there in the fourth quarter to maybe pull out a victory on the road.
Yeah, he's coming of age. You know, he made some big plays late, and you need your quarterback to do that. And so I was happy with his progression.
There you see the win. Buster was on hand, and Broncos warming up in some difficult conditions. I'll tell you, that was
my mom.
Oh, really?
Right there.
Right, there she was.
It was one of those weird night because it didn't kill the passing games, but once the ball got up 20, 30 feet in the air, that was gusting up there. I saw some punts do things I'd never seen before.
Yeah, the kicks were difficult into these conditions, and it was going all over the place. And here's one on the opening kickoff that kind of banged off Darius.
Yeah, he dropped 2 kicks, and you know, their punt returner, kick returner, BB, I think is probably the most sure-handed catcher in the league. He dropped 2, so that was definitely surviving special teams was a big part of the game.
All right, the Broncos with Reese Goddard at quarterback, and here's Jarvion Franklin, another 100-yard game.
Yeah, he came out running. I mean, behind our offensive line and Donnie Ehrensberger, our tight ends, did a great job of getting the run game going. And it's such a pivotal thing with a true freshman quarterback to take pressure off him, and I was proud of the way they played. And he's just been so consistent.
Jarv almost had 100 yards in the first half alone.
He did, and he, we tried to get him rested because he's such a huge part of our running game, and we don't have a ton of people to rotate with him. But I was proud of the way he played for 4 quarters.
Here's the other thing he can do, and that's tuck it and run or hand it to 31, and I like that option, to be honest with you.
Yes, when in doubt, give the ball to your senior, especially when you're a true freshman.
What a year he's had, Jarvion Franklin. What a career he's had at Western Michigan. And here's your defense, and you did a great job against their offense in the first half.
We did. We knew what they were going to do. They played a lot of more 11 personnel early on, which fit us a little bit better. Later on, they got heavy on us. And we struggle with that a little bit more. We got to continue to work on tackling. It is a daily grind. It's like running the ball. You have to work on it every single day, and I didn't think we did a good enough job late. But man, early on they were doing a great job of slowing up that offense.
Jarvion Franklin, and you didn't have any depth at running back in this game.
None. We found out Matt Falcon was out about 5 minutes before the game started, so our depleted running backs got even smaller, and he had to shoulder the load.
How about the post route,
Keyshawn? Touchdown catch went, hung in the air. I don't know if, I'm hoping he remembers that. I mean, that's his first touchdown pass in college football, Reese, and I was proud of him throwing a strike in there.
He had some pace on that throw.
He did, right through the wind. He had to throw everything hard. There wasn't a lot of touch things going on. You just saw their quarterback try to throw a touch wheel route, and he missed the guy by about 20 feet because once you put any touch on the ball was being taken by the wind.
Donnie Ehrensberger on that reception, and now here's your punter, and he was a weapon in this game for you.
There's one right there. Yeah, he did a great job there of waiting. They weren't rushing the punt very, very fast, which gives us time to let our coverage get down there. That little hesitation he made was the reason that play happened.
So the Broncos come up with one of their 3 turnovers in this football game. The Broncos lead the MAC in turnover margin now at +9, and here we go, second quarter, trying to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, the one thing that Six brings, I still don't feel like he's, totally comfortable running yet because he does have a lot of talent running the ball, and we're giving him some opportunities here and there, but it's a part of his game that he's going to work on and get more and more comfortable with, and here's Jarv just willing it into the end zone.
He knows how to cross that goal line. Yes. He's done it more times than any Bronco in the history of Western Michigan football.
Yeah, he's a special player, especially down there in the red zone. He wants the ball, and he knows how to keep his knees off the ground and lunge into that end zone, which he did. Here's another drop kick. It was one of those days.
This is BB, and you get good field position by your special teams.
Yeah, young A.J. Thomas made a great play there. Had a touchdown 2 weeks ago. He's coming along, and we need him at that safety position. We're only down to having 3. And he's a freshman thrust into action and doing a good job.
So you got him pinned down there. You did a pretty good job against their offense. Jordan Huff had 1 or 2 big runs. He had one early in the game that got him on the board. But then in the fourth quarter, he started to get loose a little bit. Here you see how the wind was affecting the punting game.
Like I said, the ball did some things I hadn't. And the crazy part is it didn't affect the run game a ton or the pass game a ton. But, man, some of the punts were some of the more interesting plays. And our special teams did a good job of getting us in a position. And we made a mistake to go down at halftime. But we had good field position most of the game, even with the win.
Eric Asua putting pressure on their quarterback, Childers. And now you have the football back and just hand it off to that guy.
Yeah, just keep at him. I mean, and our offensive line does such a good job. We just got to lean on him. And you got to throw it just to keep some pressure off the run game. But we got to lean on the things we're good at. And here's a great backside post to Keyshawn, who made a great play, and he's unfortunately out for us now. He got banged up, I think, on that play.
Yep.
And so he'll be out probably for the rest of the season. But what a play! I mean, that and his touchdown catch were amazing catches, and he's really, as a veteran sophomore in the room, he is really coming along.
Yeah, after that catch where he got hurt, he came back out and played a couple more snaps, but was not able to go in the second half. And so now your defense trying to hang in there and get them stopped. This is late in the first half.
Yeah, he gutted it out. Keyshawn did, and we thought we finished. We had a lot of momentum going in. We're down, but that's going to happen, and we needed to come back, and it put us in a position to respond, and I thought we did.
And the Broncos do in the second half. They take the lead in the fourth quarter. We'll come back with the second half highlights next on Bronco Review.
You trust Dunshee Body and Frame for all your collision repair work, but they offer so much more, like paintless dent repair, brakes and wheel alignment, and perfect paint matching. Dunshee also works with all insurance companies to make sure your vehicle is restored to pre-accident condition. So for personal service and high-quality workmanship, call Dunshee Body and Frame at 375-2100 or visit their website, DunsheeBody.com. Dunshee Body and Frame, part of your community since 1973.
Whether it's your knee, back, or wrist, a small pain can be a big problem that affects everything you do. Ascension Care Teams at Borgias take the time to listen, because listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find an orthopedic doctor who is right for you at borgias.com/orthopedics.
The people who accomplish so much are always striving to do even more. Now, with our help, they will. It's time for more.
At Galesburg Ford, we're getting geared up for fall. So if your goal is to be driving a new car,
Rush on down to Galesburg Ford.
You can't afford to pass up these great deals on a new car or truck at Galesburg Ford. New 2018 models are arriving daily. Come out and visit us at Galesburg Ford. We're located 1 mile north of I-94, exit 85, halfway between Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. When it comes to your next vehicle, our team has you covered at Galesburg Ford.
not too far for your next car.
Choosing your home isn't easy. This is where your kids will draw on the walls, where the people you love will gather to laugh and cry. It's a big decision, which is why choosing your mortgage partner should be easy. With low rates and quick turnaround, Arbor Financial Credit Union can create a customized mortgage solution that is right for you. Visit us at arborfcu.org to find out more. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
Goddard's going to run with the football. He's got some daylight. Will he get in? Touchdown, Western Michigan. Great decision by the young quarterback as he saw the daylight to his right and took off and runs for the touchdown.
Reese Goddard runs one in for a touchdown in the third quarter, and the Broncos are all tied up on the road in a pivotal game against Northern Illinois, Coach.
Yeah, I was really proud. I mean, you see what he brings. I mean, there was a big third down. They covered it, and he's athletic enough to use his feet, and that's really hard to stop as a defense. And I was proud of. He didn't rush it. You know, he looked through his progression, couldn't find it, and did his thing, and that makes him hard to stop if he can continue to do that kind of thing.
That came after you came up with another turnover by your special teams.
Yeah, they were. I mean, Derek Mitchell, it helps. I mean, so many ways from kickoff to all this wind and all the crazy stuff going on. He's so involved in picking what he can do with the wind at the current moment that he makes a lot of our calls for us. He's like another coach out there.
That's Jordan Huff. You got him stopped on that play, and their quarterback is a redshirt freshman, Childers, and you get him flushed out of the pocket there and make him throw it away.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we had to get back in the game. We had to climb back in it, and I really felt like the guys did a good job coming out in the second half and making some plays.
Good throw here from Reese to true freshman Tyron Arnett.
Yeah, Tyron kind of had a coming out party. I thought he did a great job. That corner route was a great throw, on-time throw, and he had another big one later on. And he's just a true freshman that's got a great future ahead of him.
And Anton Curtis with a big catch there, and he's a young player too coming along at his position. And now here's your special teams, and that one banged off the back of that punt returner for Northern Illinois, and you come up with the football.
Yeah, that was kind of a luck. That was a luck one, but we'll take it any way you can get it. And yeah, the young guys really came out, and here's Reese again getting in the end zone, and he's just those young guys. Anton, the old guys in our receiver room are sophomores, and the young guys are freshmen, and that's all we got. And they're really coming along and starting to get comfortable, especially Tyron Arnett, and I think he has a bright future.
Reese pulled that one from Jarvion, said, "I'm going to score this time, big fella," and he did. And there's Buster
doing some push-ups. That's always good to watch him do push-ups.
And so here you go, back in the football game, and this is anybody's game right now.
At this point, we got into the fourth quarter. We knew it was going to be close. It's an unbelievable play right here. They get the ball back over to us, so we can go ahead and take a lead.
Not only did Stephen Claiborne come up with a fumble. He caused the fumble, and then you come right back with this end around.
Yeah, I mean, Claiborne almost scooped and scored it. It was a great play to get D the ball there, and here's Donnie. I mean, watch this play. He does a great job of making one miss and diving into the end zone, and you know, that's a guy we will miss.
Donnie Ernsberger, senior from Battle Creek, having a great senior year. And Buster getting a lot of camera time in this game. He deserves it. He looks good.
He does. And so, I mean, back on Donnie, the one thing I'll say about Donnie is he got invited to the NFLPA game, senior all-star game, so I'm proud of him. And he keeps playing like he did in this game and really all year.
All right, here we go. Western Michigan and Northern Illinois. This one's going right down to the wire. And if you win this game, you stay in the race. Northern Illinois stays in the race if they win, and the Broncos getting them stopped there.
Yeah, you know, we had a lead going into the fourth quarter, and you know, we kept talking about making sure we finished, and we made them earn everything they got, but we didn't finish them, and that's something we need to work on. We've talked a lot about it, and we'll get better at it.
Yeah, Ernsberger's touchdown made it 28-21 Western Michigan, and now we go to the fourth quarter, and Northern Illinois comes back. That young man brings a lot of energy.
He does. Muhammad El-Azazi is a freshman. He's redshirting. He's got a ton of energy from Wisconsin offensive lineman, and happy to watch him next year when he can start playing.
He creates a little juice there on the sideline for the guys, and now you go back to work. And how about this toss? Freshman to freshman.
Yeah, it was a big play in the fourth quarter. I mean, I really felt like this was the biggest thing we did in the fourth quarter, to be aggressive and make a play, and unfortunately had to be freshman to freshman. Because after this, we stall and have to kick a field goal, which was made by our freshman kicker, which was great. And it was a good job here of just getting out of bounds by Reese and giving us a chance to take the lead, and then we got to hold on to it.
He had to kick that into a tough win with an angle.
Yeah, it wasn't that long of a kick, but in that win, I was just as nervous as if it were a 55-yarder, because you didn't know if he was going to play it right, and you know, here's a great sky kick by Derek Mitchell, and gave him good field position. And now this is when we couldn't stop him. This is what we need to work on, and we'd stopped them running. They didn't run anything new. You know, we just missed a couple tackles, and we have to do a better job.
Yeah, it was 31-28. You get them stopped, you win the game.
That's it. You know, we're thinking if we stop them on this drive, and it was no big run. There was no, you know, something. We never got lucky. It was just one of those. They earned it. They got 2-3 yards a pop. They scored to take the lead, and we had one more chance. And we had to count on the young guy to try to bring us back late. And look at you see that ball move. You know, we weren't able to do it.
Western Michigan and Northern Illinois goes right down to the wire, and then they're able to chew up the remaining seconds of the clock.
They can do that. We can too. That's one of the things we're good at is, you know, when you can run the ball, chewing up the clock's easy. It ended up being that one drive. It was like a 9 or 10 play drive, and we got them in a couple third downs, and they, you know, they took the big drive they needed. They got done, and we didn't.
So Northern Illinois picks up the victory in Week 11, 35-31. The Broncos move on to Week 12 against Toledo. Back with more Bronco Review after this timeout.
Maple Hill is proud to be a Subaru dealer. Subaru, it is like no other. Because of the 35 miles per gallon that you get in the summer and the all-wheel drive in the winter, the 5-star crash test ratings, the recommendations year after year from the best consumer magazines out there. Own it and you'll say, I love my Subaru. At Maple Hill Subaru, it is a journey like no other.
A part of being a member at Arbor Financial Credit Union is the relationships and personal attention you get from our helpful and knowledgeable staff. But we realize you don't always have time for that. With Arbor Financial's secure mobile app, you can quickly check your balance, pay a bill, deposit a check, or find an ATM. In between, well, everything else. Visit us online at arborfcu.org for more information. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
Does your home need a facelift? You should call BlackBerry. For over 35 years, BlackBerry's been improving the look of homes throughout West Michigan with new roofing and siding. Right now, save 50% off the installation of new roofing and siding from BlackBerry, featuring the Owens Corning Duration Shingle and Mastic Vinyl Siding. 50% off installation of roofing and siding and pay no interest for 18 months. Call today or go to blackberrysystems.com.
Uverse gives you a whole bunch of on-demand TV shows and movies. Let's get started.
Well, how many is a whole bunch? As many as Xfinity?
I swear you're gonna love it.
That didn't really answer my question.
Over 5,000 on demand.
Well, Xfinity On Demand gives us over 30,000.
We'll set it up for you.
Don't settle for Uverse. Get over 5 times more on-demand TV shows and movies on TV with Xfinity from Comcast.
Caesars has introduced the extra most bestest pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for $6. This affects the pizza economy, causing demand for Little Caesars to skyrocket and employment to enter a pizza boom. Where will Little Caesars get all these new employees? Oh, that's where.
Get the new Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza. Goddard will throw. He's got an open receiver. It's Ernsberger. Cuts it inside at the 5. Dives for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Donnie Ernsberger slips the tackle and dove to the pylon and scores.
Donnie Ernsberger doing what Donnie Ernsberger does, run over people and find a way to do something good, and he scores a touchdown in that game. Unfortunately, the Broncos weren't able to pull this one out against Northern Illinois. And Tim, you've had a lot of close losses where it could have gone either way.
Yeah, we've lost conference-wise. We've lost 3 games by 12 points total, and even USC was a pretty close game. So we haven't, no one's beaten us. We've done a great job of finding ways to be in every single game. Even being young at quarterback, and then younger at quarterback halfway through the season. But we got to finish. That's the biggest thing. It's something that is a hard thing to do. We've had leads going into 8 of our 11 games in the fourth quarter, and close leads in the 3-7. But that's what good football is.
Right.
You turn the TV on every Saturday, and you're going to see the Alabamas of the world play a last-second game, and it's every weekend. Last year was crazy that we won 8 games in a row by 21 or more going into the fourth quarter. So it's not something they've been in, a situation they've been in, and we gotta figure out how to close. We talk a ton about it. And we've been getting better. Every time we've gotten the fourth quarter, I think we've gotten a little better. And the more we talk about it, the more our guys will own it, and they'll get better at it.
Yeah, finishing games, it's not easy to do, and you've had that opportunity to do that in the fourth quarter, but hasn't worked out as often as you would like.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we've won some, you know, and in the fourth quarter as well. But you just need to have that one play when you have that 3-point lead, and we needed to stop, and this week against Northern, we had a 3-point lead, and we needed to stop, and we didn't get it. And then the Central game, we put the ball on the ground a couple times and we're trying to run out. So there's points in the game where you can figure out the championship team is going to have the same thing. They're going to talk about the game they won by 3 and a game they won by 1 because they made that one play. And that's really the difference in the year. And then we talk about it, learn from it, and move forward.
All right, next up, the Toledo Rockets. We'll look ahead to Week 12 with Coach Lester after a timeout on Bronco Review.
Staying with a standard checking account isn't much different than stashing your money in a piggy bank.
Oink, 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 oink.
A momentum checking account from Arbor Financial Credit Union is like strapping a rocket to your piggy bank and launching it to higher earnings. With momentum checking, the more you use your debit card, the more interest you can earn. Up to 4% APY on balances up to $15,000. Visit arborfcu.org to find out more. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
Whether it's your knee, back, or wrist, a small pain can be a big problem that affects everything you do. Ascension Care Teams at Borges take the time to listen, because listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find an orthopedic doctor who is right for you at borges.com/orthopedics.
At Galesburg Ford, we're getting geared up for fall. So if your goal is to be driving a new car,
rush on down to Galesburg Ford.
You can't afford to pass up these great deals on a new car or truck at Galesburg Ford. New 2018 models are arriving daily. Come out and visit us at Galesburg Ford. We're located 1 mile north of I-94, exit 85, halfway between Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. When it comes to your next vehicle, our team has you covered at Galesburg Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus. What do you do when you discover something great? Well, you tell your family and friends about it, right? Well, that's exactly how Lake Michigan Credit Union became the fastest growing credit union in Michigan. With some of the best checking account rates in the nation and guaranteed low mortgage rates, word is spreading fast about Lake Michigan Credit Union. Anyone can open an account. So tell your friends. Lake Michigan Credit Union, the best place for your money.
Back to throw Goddard, rolling to his left, looking downfield, throws a deep ball. He's got a man, it's Tyrone Arnett. He's got it in midfield. He's to the 40, cuts it to the boundary, to the 30, to the 25, and he's wrestled down at the 14-yard line. They go deep up the boundary to the freshman, Tyrone Arnett. Freshman to freshman, first down in the red zone for Western Michigan.
One of the Bronco freshmen coming up big against Northern Illinois, Tyrone Arnett, and hopefully he can do that against the Toledo Rockets this week. The Broncos going into a similar situation as 2 years ago when they went to Toledo, picked up win number 7, then went to a bowl and got win number 8, first ever bowl win when they went to the Bahamas and got a W. Same scenario.
Same schedule, same record, same location. You know, a big win 2 years ago in 2015 there, and really set the stage. You know, we've talked a ton about it this week. We're playing a good team with a senior quarterback, and they got a lot of talent, and our guys are excited. I mean, it's an opportunity for us to play a really good team and to represent this town and our school, and hopefully have a program-changing type win.
Yeah, and make that next step against a really good opponent like Toledo. Their offense is second to none in the MAC right now.
Yeah, I mean, they have the senior quarterback. I mean, when you have that, I mean, two things, turnovers and senior quarterback. And you know, we had one last year. Bowling Green had one 2 years ago. When you have that senior quarterback, you're tough, and we got to keep them on the sideline as long as we possibly can. And you know, it's going to be a challenge, but I just want to see us close out. This is going to be a 60-minute game, and I want to see us close out a game in the fourth quarter. I hope it's close in the fourth quarter because we need to be in that situation as much as we can to be able to build and continue. If we want to win championship after championship after championship, like we all talk about wanting to do, you got to win close games. That's what the great teams do. And so we need to continue to be in that situation as much as possible.
And that 7th win would be big going into postseason. You're bowl eligible anyway for the 4th year in a row, which is a program record.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited about that. That with the injuries and all the transition and change that we're still, you know, if this is a bad year, that's great. You know, if this is what it turns out to be. But we're not guaranteed a bowl at 6, but we feel pretty solid about it. And as young as we are, a chance to have another month of practice would be huge for our young kids.
Coach, good luck at Toledo.
I appreciate it.
And we'll be back next week with all the highlights. Western Michigan against the Toledo Rockets at the Glass Bowl. For Coach Lester and our Bronco Review staff, I'm Robin Hook. Thanks for watching. See you next week.